beautiful 21st day of March 2025. Therefore, every child black, white, red, brown, yellow, whatever. There's this desire in us to live for ourselves and to live for our own will and to do that which is pleasing unto us, to fulfill our desires. There is this desire to walk in humility, we need salvation. So what God did to take on flesh and blood and to fulfill the law of Moses, the commandments given to the people of Israel, so that we can be blood, so that way we can be forgiven, our sins can be blotted out. That was evil, even the thought of our heart that was evil, will be forgiven us and not held against us. But a lot of times in the country, in this country where Holy Bible, we can go and get a Holy Bible from the bookstore. Go and get a Holy Bible from they're in danger of being executed and killed. It's against the law of their government to preach about Jesus. We're not allowed to get rid of this. Oh, I know Jesus, I believe God, we talk about Jesus. But I can pour it, I can have it. I can gratify myself anyway when I'm feeling these urges. You don't have no right to say I can live for Jesus Christ. And I can feel so
Oh my God, no.
You know what I'm saying? You don't have the right to be like, oh,
I got this.
because the thing is, when you follow Jesus, it comes with a cost. And what that cost is a life of holiness. See, a lot of times we call the Bible the Holy Bible. The Bible. The Bible comes from the people of Israel. And that's the word book. So this is not just a book. This is a holy book. It's a sacred book. The words on the pages are living. And they cut to your heart, and they show you yourself before they show you about anybody else. If you have pride in your heart, the Holy Bible is going to call it out. If you have lust in your heart, the Holy Bible is going to call it out. If you have fear and anxiety, the Holy Bible is going to call it out. If you have unforgiveness, resentment, the Holy Bible is going to call it out. If you want to live a life of drunkenness and rebellion, the Holy Bible is going to call it out. So what we do It takes God to make me free because my heart had unforgiveness toward my mother and my father. My heart had growing up because we have fear and anxiety. My heart resented how I felt like they had favoritism towards my little sister and that they overlooked me because I was more quieter. I wasn't a fighter. I was a like she was. I was on the deep list and it seemed like no matter what I did, it was just overlooked. I was a dancer. I did dance competitions, recitals, and it seemed like no matter what, no matter what I did, my sister, her attitude and her violence, it overshadowed the good that I was doing. So I felt unwanted. I felt unloved. And I had resentment toward my parents. I had resentment towards my sister as well for how she would show out. One time I was getting a scholarship and had dinner for the scholarship. And then later that night, my mom and my sister got into a big physical fight. It was supposed to be a special thing about scholarship of life. But it turned into I had hatred in my heart. I had fear. I had resentment. And I was the type of person who I might not know. So my sins a lot of times are covered. You know, some people they show out. They're drinking, they're money, they're smoking, they're trying to it's really open. You know, I watch those pornography movies in the comfort of my room with the door closed. You know, I wait till people were asleep, 2 o'clock in the morning. I would be woken up, and I would go to those you know what I'm saying? It's secret. A lot of my sin I do. So my heart was good. My heart was pure. My heart was pure. I needed salvation. I needed deliverance. I needed freedom. I needed the Lord to set me free from the bondage that I was in. And I was here. I was bound. And it took me going to church and seeking the Lord to read the Holy Bible. And when I would read the Holy Bible sometimes the tears would fall from my cheeks. All the words was healing, it was also cutting me. And I realized, Lord, unforgiveness, I have hatred in my heart. God was putting a mirror and shining a light on my issue. And I need God to deliver and set me free. And I just said, Lord, help me. I don't want to do things just to try to fit in with my friends or with the social. I don't want to compromise my values. If my friends don't know me, right now, your friend will put money on your book. How many of y'all right now, the friends you are, will actually bail you out of jail? Or actually post up some money for your bail? See, a lot of times people they with you because you got money. They rolling with you because they get something out of you. Maybe they get sex out of you. Maybe they get money out of you. Maybe they get their hair done in the nails out of you. Maybe they get status out of you. A lot of people, they associate with people not because they really love them, but because they're getting something from them. Maybe you're just in their life so they don't feel lonely because they're really not content with themselves. I live by myself. I don't got no wife, I don't got no children, and I'm content with myself. I can laugh to have a good time. I don't have to be impossible. I'm free to be myself. I'm free to sing. I'm free to sing. I'm free to sing. Right? Whether people cut me off, they hate me. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Because I'm not doing it for men's approval. I'm not trying to run for president. I'm not trying to run for president. I'm trying to tell about a man that changed my life, that turned me around, that healed my broken heart, that washed my blackened heart with his own precious blood, that gave me hope. Because when I was 16, there was no friend around to comfort me when I was crying in my mama's house, saying that if she didn't want me, she should have just aborted me. She should have just aborted me. That's what I said at 16 years old, because I felt so unwanted and unloved, because my mom, she worked 2 and 3 jobs. She was not there for me like she could have been. And my mom and my dad were divorced, so it's not like I didn't want it, because he had the court order to only have information. So I couldn't have access to my dad. And then, when I did have access to my dad, right before my dad and my little sister got into a huge fight when she was 13. She was 12 and I was 13. And we couldn't go to his house no more for like 3 years. So all the way from 13 to 16, I couldn't even stay overnight in my daddy's house no more, all because of a fight that my little sister and my daddy had. It wasn't even me. I wasn't arguing with my daddy. That was my little sister. But during this time, she had just went through puberty. Her cycle came on, and so she was very volatile and very angry. And her and my dad was getting into it. So I couldn't go around my daddy all because of my little sister and her issue with my dad. So I had resentment, I had hatred, I had unforgiveness. Because I'm like, I didn't even do nothing. And I wanted to be with my dad. And so God saw all of those things. I don't know y'all don't know me, but I'm opening myself like a book, y'all. And the reason why I'm doing it is because the time is short. You don't know when your last day is. You don't know when your last day is. I done been to a funeral for a family member that was a baby, a newborn baby. I done been to a funeral for a family member that was the same age as me. I had a cousin when I was 13, she was 13. Dog. She was white skin, she had long hair. But when she got lupus at 9 years old, her hair started falling out. She was skinny, she started to get bigger in size because of the water weight from all the pills and medication. And by the time she was 13, she died. And I'm 13. I was born in July of 89. She was born in October of 89. Both of them are the same age as me, 13 years old. A coffee. Crying up about 13 and 30, the same age. I started to take life seriously at a young age because I realized you can die at any age. A lot of y'all think, oh, I can wait to the job when I get older. You don't have no control over your life. You don't know when your last day is. You don't know how old you're going to be when you die. I had a cousin who had a kidney disease. She died at 20-something years old. She didn't live a long life. You don't know when your last day is. But you're still trying to drown it out by doing all this partying and drinking. You don't know if somebody can run you over. You don't know if you can drink all this alcohol. You don't know if you're your own body. You don't know if your parents don't call 911. If they turned up, if they inebriated, if they intoxicated, if they drunk, they can't help you. See, the thing is, the enemy wants you to think that this is safe. That it's safe fun for you. But it's not safe. This is dangerous. Y'all playing with your life. Because my mom was the first person died. That's when y'all said that your brother died. You were trying to raise me. It's all about image. It's all about the visual. I don't even, if you look at my Facebook page, you ain't gonna see a whole lot of pictures of me, and I'm not caught up on it. But you're gonna see a whole lot of posts about Jesus.